Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the Fusion Pro 4 wired controller. POWERA is dropping a wireless version of this on September 24th. But the main features they're trying to sell you on are going to be the Hall effect quick twist, 3-way trigger locks, 4 mappable buttons, the controller customization through their app on PC and Xbox. But if you do choose to go with the wireless route, it's going to cost you $150. This right here, the wired version, is going to cost you $70. But with the wireless version, you are getting a carrying case, you're getting a charging station, and you're getting some RGB features. But I kind of saw some of the pictures on the wireless, and it does look kind of cheap. The material looks the same as this one, so if it feels anything like this controller, I do not recommend it. But we'll talk about that more towards the review portion of this video. But honestly, man, I think $150 isn't worth it, man, especially because POWERA has been sort of, downgrading the quality of their controllers for the past couple years. I remember the first iterations of this controller, it just felt so premium to the touch, man. Like, everything just felt a lot better than now. These controllers feel light, feel very plasticky, and I just don't think $150 is, or even $70 is worth it. I feel like you could go a different route and get what's it called, the Game Sir controller. There's a lot of options out there. You can even get the series controllers as well, man, for like $80. So I don't know, man. We'll talk about that more, but let's just go through the unboxing. As you can see right here, we have sort of some graphic design, man on the moon. I really like the colors on this box. You got the blue, the pink, and it looks like in the back we also have some Robotech vibes. We have some Gundam vibes in the back. They've been doing this with their other controllers as well. They've always had some type of graphic design with their unboxing. And one thing that I was pretty sad when I was unboxing this is it does not come with a carrying case. And this goes back to what I said previously. The first iteration of these controllers always came with a case, and they were around, I think with the first versions were like $80 or something like that. I remember buying it at Best Buy. I think it was $80. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, but yeah, man, I was pretty sad when I opened the box and I didn't see that in there. But here's some of the designs, and we have this little fusion thing. This is probably gonna be the manual instructions, but you can see right here, man on the moon. We got this box. Is it just pretty? It's recyclable too. Throw it in the recycling bin. All right, pretty cool. There's a controller, all blacked out. And the wireless version looks just like that, but they have like the face plate has like this RGB effect. But if you go on their website, you look at some of the pictures, they look very similar. The grip, everything looks the same. So that's why I'm saying, like, the quality, if it's anything like this controller, I don't recommend it, man. It's just $150 is a lot. You get a scuff, you get something else that's a lot premium, a lot better for that price. And you really don't need a charging station especially if you're playing wired, which most people do if you're on PC. But yeah, you got the manual, that's a sticker. Fusion Pro. I don't know, man. Let's see. All right, whatever. We can skip this portion of the video. Yep. And that for the instructions. Pretty, straightforward. Easy to use controller, man. It's basically like every other Pro controller out there. And you got this nice, very long USB cable. Got the POWERA symbol right there. Zoom in for you guys. I know some of you guys like the details. Yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Trash. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I think that's it. That's pretty much everything inside the box and the controller. Alright, guys, so I've been testing out this controller for the past couple days. Let's start out with their main selling feature, which is going to be the Hall effect quick twist. I found it to be very gimmicky, and I don't know if it's because I use Control Freaks on my controller. I did find the analog to, reset back to its low profile multiple times in game. I play a lot of Call of Duty, and I have R3 set to, crouch. And I'm one of those guys who spams the hell out of slide cancel on Call of Duty. And I found it to reset maybe 3 to 4 times per match in Warzone, Call of Duty Warzone. So, right there alone, if you're someone who plays a lot of Call of Duty, or if you slap Control Freaks on your controller, that's already a reason not to buy this controller. And second, how the fuck do you mess up the paddles in the back here? So the buttons in the back have the same texture as the, you know, the grip of the controller, so it's very hard to distinguish where the buttons are. And on top of that, these buttons don't really protrude whatsoever, so it's a really hit or miss, man. A lot of times I did find myself hitting the wrong button or the space between the two buttons. Overall, I just feel like POWERA, you know, failed miserably on remappable buttons. This is probably the worst iteration or attempt in, you know, remappable buttons I've ever experienced with a pro controller, and I've tested multiple controllers. So that's that, man. Let's talk about the triggers now. So the triggers also very, you know, the button feels very plasticky, and I don't know if it's just my unit, but for those who don't know, there is a feature now with the triggers. They rumble or vibrate, nothing like the PlayStation 5's adapted triggers. So I don't think, it's not even close, man. All they do is just vibrate, so don't compare the two. And I've noticed when it's vibrating, it hits like the plastic to plastic, and it makes this weird noise. Also, if you apply a little bit more pressure, it hits the internals or something inside the trigger, and it makes another weird noise. Yeah, just kind of weird. I just feel like these buttons will eventually fail over time. I don't know, maybe because of, you know, the plastic to plastic would eventually, you know, damage or whatever. And another thing is, on the app, you know, you could change the intensity of the vibration, all that stuff. And what else? The three-way triggers, never been a big fan of the three-way triggers. I'm used to like the scuff. They have like the mouse clicks on the triggers. That's like, I don't know, going from that to something like this is just not worth it. I mean, this controller is $70. I mean, you know, but Xbox, I feel like Xbox doesn't really have many alternatives. I feel like we have the scuff Xbox controller that offers that, and now I think AIM, it also has an Xbox controller that offers those instant triggers. So it's really cool to see other companies, but Xbox still hasn't created their own pro controller with that type of feature. Neither has PlayStation 5, so hopefully we see that in soon. But overall, this right here, triggers suck, man. Like I said, defective, weird noise. I turned it off, and that's how I did most of my testing. I did some testing with some racing games. Vibration, it's still, it's nothing like the PlayStation. It just feels pointless to have that. If you're thinking of buying this controller just because of that, don't. Just another reason, man. Another gimmick idea that fails from POWERA. So, all right, moving on. The front buttons, all the buttons in the front, the D-pad, the share button, everything, the Y, B, X, A, all of it. No mechanical buttons whatsoever. Trash. You know, you can find mechanical buttons now on $50 controllers. Like, there's like so many options out there, and it just feels like they're just cheaping out. And if you compare this controller, like Fusion's controller, the first iteration, like the first one, the very first one it came out with, the quality on that controller just felt so premium. Like the rubber, everything, it had a little bit of heft to it. The buttons, everything felt a lot nicer compared to what they're doing now. And it just kind of sucks. You don't even get a carrying case anymore. Like, you used to get a carrying case, like different thumbsticks. I don't know, man. It's just feel like they're going backwards, and the quality of the controllers year over year has just been getting worse. So that is that. And now let's talk about their software. Another big inconsistent fail from POWERA. This software always freezes. You'll use it, you'll remap your buttons, it resets, and it's just very inconsistent. Freezes. It's just I don't even bother using it. I just change the buttons through the back, using the back button, the program button. Don't even bother with the software. It sucks. You'll like check the reviews. A bunch of complaints. Just don't bother with it. The only thing you can really do is just change the intensity of the vibration. But, you know, out of the box, the vibration is turned off with your controller. So that's that. So if you want to turn it on, you probably have to download the software. And yeah. Moving on. What else? It's just overall build quality on this controller, very light. Everything feels very cheap, man. The only cool thing about this controller is that it has Hall Effect 6, so stick drift, you know, you won't really run into that. You know, like the software, they do have some cool features, like, you know, being able to you know, change your dead zone, your dead zone, remap buttons. You could calibrate your controller. You could change the audio setting through the app, and you know, the vibration, have different profiles. It's just like they have all this stuff, but what's the point of having all that if you don't have a software that actually works? You know, it's just a poor execution from POWERA, and they're just trying to sell you on this new wireless controller for $150, man. Don't fall for it. They're adding these additional goodies, the charging station, the what's it called, the RGB, the carrying case. You know, don't fall for that, man. Put that $150 towards a really good controller, a Scuff, a Name controller, Battle Beaver. There's so many good controllers out there with high quality, you know, better quality control overall. And if you guys really in the budget for like, and $70 is your budget, there's another Chinese company called FlyDigi. Like, if you guys really want a well-rounded feature controller, look at FlyDigi. Just stay away from POWERA. I give this controller a 2 out of 10. Terrible. I'm telling you guys, it's probably like the worst control I've tested in a long time. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you guys have it, you guys tested it, let me know what you guys think, and see you guys on the next one. Peace.